key moments for these two teams before they engage in battle after seeing some interesting results earlier today. Racing beating Castres away, Toulon crushing Montpellier. Internationals back in the fold. Well, it's special, isn't it? The Basque boys and girls, they really know how to put on a show, and this is a wonderful place to come down and watch French rugby. Dry conditions, round about 6 degrees, 7 degrees, and a little bit of wind, but this is all about protecting the fortress. It means the absolute world to these guys, and they will try and defend it with cause and hold off La Rochelle, who are coming down here to try and pinch points and bolster their tally in the top 14. Currently just been nudged down to 6th position, but if they get a win, they can move up into 3rd if they get 4 points tonight. And for this Bayonne team, hanging around in 39 with 39 points in 11th, having been nudged down because of other performances today, but they'll get the chance to try and get move up into 9th position, which is where they were coming into round 19. Bayonne, well, they lost to Pau 42-40, 82 points scored last weekend. Before that, they managed to beat Lyon 39-10 at home. But that was away last weekend. Good, strong performance of the Stade du Hameau. But here tonight, they'll look to try and get themselves that victory that will just give them an unbeaten record as we head towards round 20. And for round 20, it will be interesting for Bayonne. They head to Donostia, San Sebastian, to the Stade Anoeta, where Real Sociedad play for their clash against Toulon, a home game. Greg Aldrich leading out La Rochelle. Bayonne heading out onto the pitch for this seriously important encounter between these two teams as we enter that very important part of the season where we try and understand who are going to be finishing in the top 6 positions. Bayonne played a great season last season and battled valiantly to try and get their place in the top 6. Just missing out this season. They'll want to do it, but they need to win at home and away. But tonight, La Rochelle brandishing some of their big, heavy artillery, which will put a little bit of pressure on Bayonne here in their own backyard. Monsieur Luc Ramos is the man with the whistle tonight. All of the French internationals coming back into their teams as we enter round 19 at the end of the Six Nations. Ronan O'Gara, the man in charge, who's seen a turnaround. He's seen tries scored by the backs, which has come as a great relief, which means the forwards are doing a pretty good job as the ball's picked up here and taken forward by Kassim, South African number 8, the former Scarlets player. Oh, bit of a charge down there. Coming from Lavo, he's a very complicated player to deal with, especially with the big frame that he has. Brice Dulin hits a high kick up in the air. Oh, Lopez coming over the top, falls over the top and falls awkwardly. Let's see how Maxime Machino gets rid of that. Lopez seems to be fine, but it was pretty dangerous, wasn't it? Having a couple of words with the referee. Didn't look too good as he fell really down on his neck, but let's just see. He's over Doulan, isn't he? Oof. And Doulan could get a yellow card for that. Didn't really move, he didn't even see him coming. It was Lopez who was coming towards him. But just because it's clumsy, it might just be a penalty. Didn't visibly see it, but the referee will take a closer look within a minute. Oh no, it's all good to go. The referee says it's absolutely fine because Doulan wasn't moving. Here we go with La Rochelle. Oh my word, that's a big charge from Favre. Crashing into that man, Bernat Gary. Her name made in the Basque Country. Perfectly picked up, Astoy. Oh, this just gone backwards, and Brice Doulan forwards, and it will be a scrum. Attempt to try and get that pass out wide. Tori getting nudged forward, Ronan O'Gara, and there's alongside Sebastian Bouboul, Roman Kamajani, who's the staff working alongside the Munster man. There's Hastoy. Been very active in the opening couple of minutes. Brice Doulan. First scrum.
Flexion. Lié.
Machino off the back. Cassimi want to clear that as quickly as possible. Does a brilliant job to slam it up towards the halfway line. It's Machino. 100% kicking rates. But he doesn't get the chance to kick all the time, but he was former, he kicked for the France, kicked for Racing when he was there as well. But of course, playing second fiddle to Cami Lopez, who's the second top scorer with 163 points in the top 14. Well, just brought back by Higgy, but they couldn't consolidate possession. George-Henri Colombe using that big build of his to barge that man Bosch out of the way. No more advantage from the knock-on, says Monsieur Ramos. Greg Aldrit smashed back by the Basque defence and picked up, and charging forward is Judiciel Cancorier, the former Clermontois. Souteni takes it forward and just gets marginally over the game line. There's the kick from Hastoy, goes high up into the sky. Perfectly taken there. And well taken there by Jack Noel. Again, Colombe. And it's picked up by Hastoy. Hastoy goes deep this time. It's picked up as Souteni. Souteni looks for a player outside of him, doesn't have that support. Change of direction for Bergeon. There's the ever dangerous Latu. Little kick through there from Brice Doulan, but Baget's at the back. Watch out for Baget, such a dangerous player. Hoofs it up towards the halfway line. And a very fine clearance indeed. He's such a difficult player to read in the way that he runs. Scored a couple of extraordinary tries this season. Remy Baget. Originally from Albi. There's Souteni. Favre coming in the inside, Leds is there, but a little bit of hesitation. And that was the hit on Brice Doulan. Hastoy. Jack Noel being hit back. Again, you can just see how the Basque players just hit hard and they come up quite quickly, but intelligently. Hastoy with the kick, goes high. And picked up by Carreras. Carreras has got wonderful, wonderful footwork. The Argentinian, the 24-year-old. Little leap forward there by Baptiste Higgy. Cami Lopez chips over the top. Carreras unable to get anywhere near that. There was a wall of black shirts in the midfield. And Corrier. And is that a turnover ball? That's fantastic at the breakdown. But Corrier went down, and that man there, Tatafu, got well over Corrier. Hands on the ball. You won't shift him. It's 140 kilos of Tongan human being, 21 years of age, from Nuku'alofa in Tonga. Actually comes from, born in the same place as Tolu Latu, the Australian hooker, playing for La Rochelle. Well, that's a good tackle there coming in from Arthur Turia. And soon as he's brought down, that's the work that Tevita Tatafu produces. And a chance for Cami Lopez to set his sights on a few points from the tee in the 7th minute. Oh, it just comes off the left post, and that's a good tackle on Noel. Picks up Carreras. He takes it again. The former Exeter winger, former Cornish Pirates player. Bayonne clears the danger. That's a pretty good kick as well. Doesn't get out of their half. Well, that's just so unlucky. Unable to extend his tally beyond 163 points. Yeah, it looked like it was a knock-on, in fact. That's what the call is from the fans watching the big screen and the replay. Perfectly works up from the line out. Machino into the hands of Pierre Huguet, former US Dax and Carcassonne player, very gritty, feisty player. There's Lopez to Mori, the outside centre, Benata Gari. Kassim head down into the La Rochelle wall. Mathis Berchon. Lopez goes on a wander, chucks it out wide. It's not a bad pass, it's shifted out into the hands of Heggie. Heggie goes down the line, offload into the hands of Mori, the Italian centre. Does really well, lots of momentum. Kassim just chucking the ball into the hands of Mikotadze. The Georgian takes it forward. Ituria this time, using that brute force, inches closer towards the try line. Is thrown out, can he get over the line? Can they get that try? Held up very briefly. Kassim gets very close to the try line. That's surely gone over. Yes, it has. Brute force from close range, and a fine score there coming from Tevita Tatafu. And the Tongan tight head doing the damage from close range. And Bayonne taking a 5-point lead. Let's just have a look. Lopez, well, this is what he does. He sees that there are not too many options, but this is well shifted out wide. Mori getting the ball out into the hands of Higgy. And he does well not to get dragged into touch. The offload back into the hands of Mori is absolutely perfect. The support arrives, and there's the... that's it from very close range. Tatafu picks it up and barrels his way underneath plenty of bodies to ground the ball and offer Bayonne a 5-0 lead. Lopez kicks the extras, and the home side take a 7-0 lead. Well, a standout player already with that wonderful turnover that offered Bayonne a penalty. Oh, it's nicely taken. That could have been in the hands of the very, very quick Jack Nowell, 42 caps, England international. Enjoying his time in La Rochelle. Machino, watch out for Lavo. Got the better of his kick the last time, but not this time. Well cleared. That was a mistake, I think. The ball came back into the 22. Can't kick directly out, so it's going to be a line out for La Rochelle. And a silly mistake there from Bayonne. Just giving the ball back to their opponents. Well, all eyes on this man. It was his uncle who advised him to come over and join Bayonne. Let off the hook, Bayonne. They will get possession back. And Cholu Latu not getting it straight. Look at that.
Concentration.
And he decided that because he saw that Mathis Perchot was playing loose head, he said, oh, I'm going to shift to tight head. And he came through the academy. He arrived in 2019. It's 5 years that Tatafu has been part of the Bayonne setup. But he saw Perchot as like a threat in that position. Didn't think that he would get too much game time, and finally finds himself in a very good position where he's worked hard to put himself in that tight head position, and here he is getting himself into a very good position where he starts.
Flexion.
Well, a little issue with the Bayonne scrum there. Of course, we've got players like Rhys Hodge and Luke Taji, Mangala, Cirelli Mangala. These players still out injured. Keaton Germain and Pascal Collet both out for the rest of the season. Now Megdoud is back training. Still a few players who are not 100%. Bergeron looks up to see which way he's going to go. There's the pass out to Hastor. That's a forward pass, isn't it? Surely the referee's going to blow up for that. And he has. Good rush defense there from Bayonne. He's such a danger, Souteni, because when he comes up, there you go, he tried to hesitate and hold himself back, but you know, when the momentum starts to move and you're already in a level with the player you're trying to receive the ball from, and your bigger steps moving forward, even trying to hold back, basically means that you're becoming a target for the defense to hit you hard. And then there's a forward pass that takes place. It's the latter on that occasion. 15 minutes in, Machino feeding once again. This time it holds up. Well, that's going to be a penalty for Bayonne this time. I think Colombe under a bit of pressure there. And a well-positioned line-out for Bayonne. Look at Colombe, he's going to pop up first, as you'll see. And it's been carted around in a big way. Through Steenkamp, the scrum coach for La Rochelle. Looking down to understand what went wrong. Facundo Bosch used to be part of that front row for La Rochelle for numerous seasons. European champion, of course, as the charging Carreras goes into traffic. Kassim, held back by Bouderon. Machino again, just keeping the ball alive. Here's Bosch once again. Spent 4 seasons at La Rochelle until 22. Second season now playing for Bayonne. For the Argentinian, Kassim going forward. Well, Colom knocked off his feet. Mikutadze gets it out. It's a good little pass into the hands of Renata Gatti. Bosch once again. Machino, little chip over the top. It's a cheeky one. Well, the bounce. It's a crazy bounce, and that's been kept alive. Or has it? Well, no. I think the flag went up, so Murray unable to keep that in play as he flew over towards that touch, and looks like it's going to be a line out for La Rochelle. Well, the bounce could have gone anywhere, and Brice Dulin goes high over the top, picked up by Greg Aldrit. Bayonne. And there's Dulin with the clearance kick. Finds a gap between the on-charging players. So the idea wasn't a bad one. The trouble was there's a little bit of traffic.
Vous allez pouvoir continuer ou?
Saying that he thinks he can continue. There we go. There's the players that I mentioned earlier. Greg Patat knows that it's important to continue their winning run. Protection of their citadel down here in the Basque Country. Worked alongside Ronan O'Gara before he joined Bayonne. Of course, Yannick Brou was the man in charge now with Union Bordeaux-Bègles. A team who will be in action tomorrow night, taking on Toulouse, and pretty much everybody's back in the squad or on the bench. Lopez gets it out to the hands of Murray. Machino. Oh, a little bit of a drop there. Lopez, big high kick. Couple of chases. Tibesians there. It's outside of the 22. That's got to stay in play from Dulin. Throttle down to the 22. And there's Lopez with his massive kick. Oh, that's sensational. And that will be a line outside of the 22. How well did he hit that? Perfect strike, distance, just from inside of his 22, and just to the outside of the La Rochelle 22. Nick Abendanen, former Clermontois. Obviously enjoying life in France to the point where he wanted to move into coaching. Now here he is, working with Bayonne. Bergeon, Hastori, Greg Aldrit, charging into a couple of big boys. Pierre Auger, great work, that is sensational. And Aldrit's down on the ground, Favre is there, holding onto the ball. And in come the Jacklers. So I just look at Auger's hit. And as soon as he goes down, Auger moves out of there Favre trying to wrestle the ball, but that's great work. That is Kundo Bosch, of course, against a former teammate. Lopez, perfect from the tee. 10 points to 0. Bayonne sees control. Midway through the first half, Kassim, Lopez, drilled into touch. Doulan, Aldrit looking to square up. He meets a very big Tatafu once again. And look, the Jackalers are out. They got their hands on the ball again. Well, same scenario. Bosch, Tatafu, and Aldrit. Well, he can't do anything but try and hold on to the ball. The cavalry weren't there. He's deciding to go straight through on his own. But where are his support players?
Sur les 50, s'il vous plaît. Sur les 50, s'il vous plaît.
Outstanding first 21 minutes for Tevita Tatafu. Ituria and Tatafu. Ituria kind of moves out of the way, but just look at the hands. He's all over the ball, and Aldrit is just helpless down there. Great work, Kassim into the hands of Mori, the Italian. It's a big Italian centre, just carving up that La Rochelle defence. Charge from Tatafu again. Picked up very quickly, little change of direction. Lopez, little chip, surely that's going to go. Oh, it's just a little bit too fast and furious, overcooked if you like. Mori can't pounce. Otherwise, that's a guaranteed 5 points. Batistegui, brilliant from the line out. Kassim, sharp with the pass. Great running line there from Mori. And the former Zebra Cavasano player doing really well. Just a little bit too hard. Two players leaping like leopards into the corner. And it's a dropout for La Rochelle. Kassim. Machino, Bosch. Oh, they got players. They got an option here. Leds does come across as the kick through. Perfectly positioned. Cami Lopez, 35 years of age. 173 matches played for Clermont. His kick this time is not perfect. Smashed and up into the 22. And Cheikh Tebej and another Clermontois takes and makes the mark because there's a player down. Thomas Bergeon. He's actually the player who started. Well, let's have a look at the players who are injured. It's a bit concerning, I think. Maybe Lucas Zamora, who you can see there. 19 years of age, could be coming on. No, Bergeon will continue. A little bit ruffled. He played started the first European victory, of course, down in Marseille.
Let's go, come on, Giash. Allez, Jolo.
Tuerka Balo was injured, of course, with a finger injury, thumb injury, I think it was, that prevented him from starting against Leinster down in Marseille.
Reprise.
Go, Paul, go. Attention, les gars.
Heavy hoofed. Clear kick there from the mark by Tiberghien. It's going to be a line out for La Rochelle. He's destined to be a football player at the start. He actually went and played for Real Sociedad at their academy down in the Spanish side of the Basque Country. Also for Anglet, to another part of down in the southwest, a few miles away from Bayonne. A couple of beautiful beaches, the Chambre d'Amour. There you go, the Love Room, which is a beach down there. Oh, he's just come around the outside, Mikotadze. You can't go for that, I'm afraid. Didn't get involved. La Rochelle, bit of possession here with Latu. And spillage, and it's going to be Bayonne who will have possession. The big man, Colombe, unable to keep the ball in hand, running into traffic and having the ball come out of his hands. Well, it's in fact, it's great work there from Pierre Huget. That was the leaping duo, unable to ground the ball in the corner from that kick from Lopez. Big news for Bayonne this week. They announced the Manu Tuolangi, the 32-year-old 60-capped English centre, has signed for 2 seasons and will be joining up with Bayonne come next summer. He had a couple of options to go and join Japanese teams, but he said he wanted to stay in Europe, and Bayonne was a fine option for him. And so next season we'll have Manu Tuolangi playing. Of course, his brother Henry lives down in the Catalan region, so he'll be linking up with the Tuolangi family down in this part of the world. Cassim gets the ball out. It's a wild pass, but it finds its destination. Look at this man here, part of the Six Nations team.
Jump!
The Azzurri, with their fine win over Wales. Oh, kicked over the top, smashed up there. Let's see where this is going to go. Is it going to go off? He's trying to go for a 50-22 there. Priest-Doulan. And Lopez and Tiberghien linking up perfectly, and a clean kick into the stands. But Doulan just putting a little bit of pressure on this this Clermont defence. He's been very, very busy tonight. Federico Mori, 15-capped Italian. And a decent position here. Lavaux doing well. Latu, Hastoy, nice pass as well into the hands of Cancoria. You've got to use that man as he moves, because he can shift things and move things out of the way. This is Ultan Delane, the former Conic player. Hastoy, nicely done. This ball comes out. Now, an opportunity. Noel with a kick over the top. It's a cheeky one as well. Can't do anything about that. Has to bounce and go out of play. Watched on by Matteo Carreras. And they'll be putting a little bit of pressure on this Bayonne line out now. But a good kicking game from Doulan. And Hastoy with a perfect bullet pass there to Cancoria. Quick ball, shifting it. Jack Noel with the idea of kicking it down into the corner, because you know you got Dylan Leds, who is a try-scoring machine from South Africa and who rarely misses a thing. Okay. Ituria with the extra length of his body to give that man Machino the chance to clear. Still in play. Doulan Where's Doulan going? Not many options there. Dylan Leds does really well to evade a tackle or a few hands. Well, you can't leap on the ball like that, I'm afraid. Remy Baget. And a chance to kick three, potentially. What's Hastoy going to do? He'll get some advice from his captain, Greg Aldrett. They go for the corner. Points mean prizes. They haven't had an attacking line out deep in enemy territory. I'll give them a chance to see how they can try and work on this. Yeah. We had leaping leopards earlier. That was like a leaping serval. Latu goes high, picks up there, nicely done, Dylan Leds. Oh, he's teasing, doesn't use Bayonne. Latu's there for support. Boudahon, the big boys now coming in with a charge. This time it's delayed. Bayonne, give it to Colombe. Colombe, you have to hit him low, driven back. Strong defensive play there from Bayonne. And Bayonne, Latu with a charge. Favre with the support. Players in support this time is a lot better, stronger. Boudahon, French international flanker. Held up, look at these boys, they are just not letting go. Still moving forward, got to get out of there now and release the tackle player. But no, it was a maul called by Monsieur Ramos. And it is going to be Bayonne who get possession and a scrum. Murray, well, he was wrapped around the big man Boudahon and not letting him go. Strong, sturdy defense from the Basque boys.
Allez, messieurs. À marquer là.
Federico Mori playing for Union Bordeaux-Bègles, not getting too much game time that he would have wanted to because, well, he's such a talent, and getting called up to play for the Italian national team makes complete and utter sense. Big, strong centre, good running lines, good vision, good ability to defend as well, as you can see there, and, well, he's got it all. Hugo Rus back from the under 20 with the Six Nations, of course, and I think it's just sitting down there with Lucas Zamora. Also got Boulanger and the under 20 winger, of course, wonderful player. Off the back of Kassim, well, he just arrowed from the back of the scrum. Kasutani thrown off that ruck. Lopez, that's a good kick from Lopez, but they did put pressure on him. Picked up by Brice Doulan, trying to gain an extra yard or two. Doesn't get the extra yard or two. Well, that was good. Good take that was from Kassim. He's so quick, isn't he, from the set piece, that he'll always give you an extra couple of meters. And he did exactly that. Just don't want to get isolated when you actually do race away. Favre takes a short pass there from Bayonne. Got to get out of there. Baget's been penalised for just not getting out of there. You can see that Aldrich had his knee on him. It just gives La Rochelle the chance to kick three from a very central position and just chop down that 10-point advantage. But they're not going to go for the kick, of course. The territory is for La Rochelle, and the last 10 minutes, especially 69. That's a fine kick. Ronan O'Gara will applaud that. La Rochelle with, what, 7.5 minutes. That's nicely won. That is from Lavo. Let's see how this driving maul goes. Latu's at the back. There he is, the Australian. Player in offside position. You're not allowed to be there, I don't think. And there's the penalty advantage. There's Bayonne. They're still charging. They're still looking very strong. Can they go over? Still moving forward. It finally crashes down. They still got the advantage, of course. La Rochelle laying the pressure on this Bayonne defence. Bayonne gets it out. Taken forward by Delane. Bayonne, quick pass, that's a forward pass into the hands of Colombe. We'll go back to the penalty. And they will logically kick for the corner again and try and work that set piece because it looks pretty impressive. Baptiste Tegui is the player who just came around and to a place where he shouldn't have been. There's Antoine Hastoy kicking into the corner. Got his first professional run out for the Section Paloise, his former club. Thanks to Simon Mannix, now the coach should Biarritz. Well, that's not straight, and this is the issue that they face. Got to get it right. And he's asking himself the question, well, how did that not happen? The Australian international from Tonga, look at that. I think he saw Kassim rising high and just wanted to get it away from him, but that's two line-outs where they've had a good attacking platform in the Bayonne half, and they've thrown away possession, having put in a really good stint of pressure and hard work to get themselves into that position. Now they got to try and win this scrum.
Flexion. Lié.
Oh, it's gone down. Where's that going? Oh, it's going to be a penalty for Bayonne. And I think it is Colombe who just collapsed. And really good work from Mathis Perchot. And he should get some credit there, the Bayonne loose head, who's by no means the same size as Georges-Henri Colombe. Look at that, that's the pressure. He's actually getting over Colombe. Not bad for a 21-year-old from Muguer in Leland. Leland is basically north of the Basque Country. It's wonderful miles and miles of beautiful isolated beaches, line-outs. There you go, 5-13. And there's Joël Ray, who's the coach looking after the set pieces. Was nearly poached there by Boudouin. Ball coming out of Kassim. He goes hard into the La Rochelle wall as Machino gets the ball back to Lopez. Sends it high once again into the sky. Oh, that surely came off a Bayonne player. And it looks like it's been made safe there by Bosch. Four minutes remaining. The charge coming in from the ever-dangerous Tatafou, still on his feet. Finally, grounded there by Lavo. Well, he's been held up, Abernathy Gadi. It's going to be a maul, it's going to be La Rochelle who will get possession. And they're just playing Bayonne at their own game. It's happened a couple of times, but the outside centre, not the biggest of players, but just being given a pretty hard time by some of the burly big boys within this La Rochelle team. And that will be a positive note. There will be taken down by Ronan O'Gara. Good work, Suteni working hard in there. You can see that Tolu Latu making amends. The reverse fixture, 18-15. at Marcel de Flandre back in November the 11th last year. And then previous two matches that they played, both at Marcel de Flandre ended in La Rochelle victories. Penalty for La Rochelle, just inside of their own half. They'll be hoping to sail that down into the corner. And let's see. Yeah, I think it's Péchaud's just been beaten at his own game. Georges-Henri Colombe making sure that he wasn't going to get pummeled in the scrum on that occasion. Hastoy takes it into the Bayonne 22. Steenkamps walks away. Steenkamps walks away and will take his notes down into the changing rooms for half-time. Let's see what La Rochelle can do. Can I get points on the scoreboard? Finish off the half. Lavo, and he's not taken it straight. And that is 3 wasted attacking lineouts for the Australian hooker, Tolu Latu. Now that will be a serious issue. They've got Quentin Lespiac on the bench, and I'm just thinking, will he be coming off at half-time? Because every single play like that can potentially end in points, and he looks like he's not in a great place. Another former Waratahs player, didn't play in the last World Cup, played in the 2019 Rugby World Cup in Japan. Ituria, Kassim, Bosch, Uguay. That's great work. That's really good work. Oh, Latu just putting his hands on the ground, so doesn't count. And there's the clearance kick there from Machino. Another platform and another chance for Latu. Got to get it right this time. Gonka Ryan, the line-out coach for La Rochelle. Former Munster man, wonderful man, really nice guy, and a very meticulous and shrewd tactician. And this time he gets it right. Well, that will just move him forward. Is Dylan Leds running into Federico Mori, the Italian. Bergeon into the hands of Latu. Latu tries to burrow his way into this Bayonne defence. The Bayonne players coming up a little bit too quickly. I don't think the referee's too happy with that. Just Kankori, they're surely going to go over the top. You saw that, Leds. Little bit of a chip. We got to the 40-minute mark. He still wants to go forward. Comes up against his South African friend Kassim. His knees are on the ground. You've got to release the player. You've got to release the player. There's going to be a penalty. Or is it half-time? I think it's half-time. Well, there it is. And the half-time scores Bayonne 10, La Rochelle 0. And La Rochelle missing out on a few good attacking moments with lineouts deep in enemy territory. And Bayonne, well, not with their finger on the pulse of this encounter, but still in the lead. We've got Maxime Machino. A lot of fighting in your own 22, but there's a few some good positives in the first half. Yeah, we need to clear the ball a lot longer. The kicking game is important. We need to find some rhythm, and in the second half, Paul Boudin, very frustrating. Some territorially, you're dominant, but no points, and lineouts not working. Don't know if we're winning territorially. Yeah, a lot of things going against us. We need to just sort it out. We haven't managed to string together anything. The end is just, it's not possible. We really need to sort out these issues. Well, there he is, Paul Boudin. If they can kick and clear their lines properly, then they've got a better chance of doing something when they're up in enemy territory. But they're there's a bit too much pressure on themselves, but they're still in a 10-point lead. And they've got players who can jackal and turn the ball over, of course, as we've seen with the outstanding Tavita Tatafu, the tight head prop from Tonga. But it's going to be it's going to be an interesting scenario. And as I said, I don't know what's been scripted for the second half. Let's get the lay of the land here at Jean Daugé, packed out stadium here in Bayonne. Beautiful part of the world. Good fine food, good fine wine, and pretty good weather as well. Bit of rain that comes across the Atlantic. Lopez gets the ball moving as Lavo picks it up and runs into a little bit of Bayonne traffic on the edge of the 22. Still inside, so this can go straight out. Bergeon kicks it high and kicks it out. No change for Bayonne. And you can see that Latu is starting in the front row. Kassim driven back. Delane gets out of the tackle as quickly as he got in. Ituria does well to carry the ball. Machino this time. Tatavuri goes again. You've got to bring him down very low, otherwise he'll just go chugging through La Rochelle players. Offside position. Machino got a penalty scoring opportunity here. And Mathis Perchot gets the ball out. Lopez into the hands of Huguet. And Huguet gets hit quite hard. Ituria once again skips around Delane. Facundo Bosch. Lovely pass into the hands of, again, Mathis Perchot. Baget keeps the ball alive, does really well with the offload. Kassim just running around in circles, but the South African number 8 picks it up. Aldrich brings him down. Lopez, oh, he gets hit very hard. That's going to be a card, I think. Lopez is down on the ground. And that's not very intelligent. I think he's got to stop the clock a minute and blow the whistle. Well, it was Cancorier who came through, his former teammate at Clermont. And it was just a reckless hit. It was so late, and he hit him on the hip, it looks like, but we'll have to see if there's any mitigation, but yeah, it's just late. It's a late hit. Goes around the waist. There's nothing high about it. It's just well, he's the player that you don't really want to injure. You can see that he really hits him hard around the waist. And Lopez is not the player, as I said, that you want to walk off. He's the top scorer for Bayonne. He's their kicker, but he's also the one pulling the cords. And Cancorier, who played numerous seasons with Camille Lopez, who's back up on his feet. Hard as nails. And familiar with hits like that, of course, being fly half. But just playing into Bayonne's hands, just can't make a mistake like that. There's nothing high about it at all. It's just late for as far as I'm concerned, but Lopez will take whatever comes his way, and anyway, he just deals with that honorably, and with that left foot nails the penalty, and Bayonne extend their advantage to 13.
Merci.
I think we've got a change in the front row. I think Penverne has come on. Sorry, Joe Slavi, sorry, has replaced Penven. That's what I was looking for. The 18-capped Argentinian. Loose head prop, lots of experience there. And he's a big guy as well, the 29-year-old. That experience on linking up with Colombe, Latu in the middle. Latu's line out first in the second half. Needs to get it straight. Perfect off the chop. Hastoy, oh, Souteni can't do anything with it. And has picked up, Baget can't do anything with it. And there's the kick from Doulan. Tiberjan, lots of time. Put it on that left foot of his. Sends a big kick, but it doesn't get out of his own half. Latu with the ball in his hand once again.
Allez, Lucas. Let's go, Swan.
Couple of changes with Bayonne. Swen Cormenier comes on. And Ituria replaced by Lucas Paulos. The Argentinian. Just is back from injury, 6th match for the Argentinian. Lock, Doulan brought down quite comfortably there by Carreras. George-Henri Colombe met by a few Basque boys. This time it's Aldrit. Aldrit still trying to stay on his feet. Strong hits coming in, and you can see that Swan Cormenier, the former Albi player, is a big unit as well. Favre. Souteni cuts inside. Got to release. Well, he's sometimes when your knees touch the ground, you got to release the tackle player. And they've stolen the ball. Just trying to understand Mr. Ramos's calling on that. He doesn't. If you call maul and it doesn't come out, that's a fair call. But if he doesn't call maul and the tackle player, his knees are on the ground, you got to release the tackle player. Here's the a swat back there from Baget, but a penalty position, offside position for Baget. And Machino now with a little bit of a hit in the rib. He doesn't seem to be okay. Guillaume Rouet is the scrum half on the bench. Another player coming back from injury as well, the Spanish international. It's a good kick down into enemy territory. And this is the opportunity here for Cholu Latu. See if the former Waratahs man can get it straight. It is straight. Lavo takes it. The organised driving maul. This is part of the armoury that the privateers, the Maritimers, the Maritimos, whatever you want to call them. Oh, he's just slips there, and it's they need a bit of support now, La Rochelle. Oh, that's a bit of a messy attempt to get the ball out. No, you can't touch that, Slavi. Machino, oh, he gets smashed to smithereens there by the two same props, Colombe and Slavi. Okay, just getting the ball out. Kasim making it safe for the back.
Let's go! Let's go, Billy! You have time.
Priest Doulan, where's he gonna go? Oosh. Gets wrapped up, and there's a penalty position there, taken quickly. Jack Noel likes to go on a little bit of a wander, loves to weave and tease the defence, doesn't go far, and finding it complicated to find gaps between the defence. There's Leds tries to get the ball out, comes back off the hand of Baget, and Kassim tidies it up. It's going to be a penalty, that is, because look where Colombe is. Scrappy Very scrappy indeed.
Du mauvais côté.
Energy, boys. Energy, les gars. Energy.
Numéro 3, noir. Mauvais côté, ne sort pas d'agent.
Well, he's been a human battering ram, isn't he, Uzay Kasim? Wonderful player. Former Cheetahs, Free State player. As I said at the start of the show, enjoyed his time in Llanelli playing for the Scarlets. Loved him there, just like they love him down here. This is what he does. He's just really dynamic, very fast, fearless. All of the traits of a good South African forward. Facundo Bosch, line out. One there by Baptiste Tegui. Bosch gets it back. Dylan Leds with a good tackle. Winger trying to get out of there. Lespiak on for Latu. Quentin Lespiak is there for the taking. Zamora comes on for Bayonne as well. Opportunities. Little change of direction potentially. Higuives, Bosch gets it out. Charge coming through from Paulos. Rochelle players trying to pinch the ball. Machino here again. Because Paulos with the charge. That's a good steal, that is. Excellent play there from Aldred. Picked up with an opportunity. Bouron gets it out. And Hastoy, what options has he got? That is a fine hit. Favre under a lot of pressure. That hit there coming from Remy Baget was sensational. Hastoy didn't know what hit him. Cancorier takes it forward. Lucas Zamora, 19 years of age. Bit of pressure on his shoulders. He's quite a big unit in terms of muscle. Well, there's no one going up for that. That's a free ball to play. Now, Brice Doolan getting the ball out to Favre. He's got Jack Noel outside of him. Jack Noel, what options? Zamora's just gone out to him. That's an inside pass to Brice Doolan. Nice pass to Hastoy. Picked up by Leds. Good hands. This is beautiful hands. This is sensational rugby. If it ends with a try, it'll be the try of round 19. Not the case here just yet, but they still go. Jack Noel, the hands, the passing, absolutely brilliant. The English winger goes forward. They got an advantage here. Offside call against Bayonne. Oh, it's a tackle, player tackled without the ball. I mean, you talk about champagne rugby, just look at this support play, the running lines. This is just sensational. Doolan's there, good offload. Hastoy, they all keep on working to get themselves into the places where they just want to make those short passes. And that was a brilliant play. Well, that was Dylan Leds who got tackled off the ball by Machino, hence the reason why there's a penalty. They've kicked for the corner, and there's a chance for Quentin Lespiak to try and get this line out straight. Boudin goes off, Haddad comes on to replace him. French international, played all of the Six Nations matches for France. And Guillaume Rouet replaces Machino, hitting the ribs there. There he is.
Reprise du jeu.
That's kicked through. Bruni replaces Cassim. There's Lopez. That's a That kick, taking the ball out. Lesbjerg does really well. Zamora, there's Hastoy into the hands of Favre. Loves his direct running, Favre. Good bounce and move there coming from La Rochelle as they try and push forward. Little change of direction, Hastoy with the inside pass. And Brice Dulin.
No.
Facundo Bosch told not to go anywhere near that. Zamora gets it out. Hastoy looking for options, looking for players. Well, it's gone. It's just gone forward, and it's going to be a scrum for Bayonne. Frustration and disappointment continues for La Rochelle. Still no points on the scoreboard. There's Sebastian Bouboul watching on. Look at Soutani trying to get his hand around and flick the ball off his right shoulder. Trouble is, there were other hands trying to tear the ball out of his hands. Remy Piquet there with Bergeon and Paul Boudon. His brother, the centre, now playing for Stade Francais. Grew up in the Loire Valley. Angers. Plenty of castles down there. Plenty of white wine. Rouet gets swung around as Lopez gets the ball out, and there's is charged down, picked up by Leds. What can he do? What options they got in this broken place scenario? Picked up by Dulin. Dulin needs support, gets a little bit of support. It's Aldred who takes it forward, and he needs to get out of there. Higgy, Slavi. Jack Noel running into Tatafu. It means no exit. Offside position. Oh, wild pass, but an offside position, so they'll go back to the penalty. Now, they're going to kick to the corner once again, but they need to just get this right if they're going to kick for the corner. They'll probably go for the sticks now, but you've got to get the lineouts right. I mean, how long can this continue? Greg Batati knows Ronan O'Gara's methodology. They work together at La Rochelle. That was close. Came back off his head, didn't it? The line out. Oh, the line out. Well, did it go backwards or forwards? That was spillage. That's a knock-on. That's Bayonne scrum. And how this is super frustrating. Haddad, 23 years of age, a former Van player. Remy Tallez, part of the setup, of course. Look at that. Oh, Greg Alger looks at the referee to see if he noticed that there was a knock-on. And again, 16 minutes into the second half, this full house at Jean Daugé only witnessing the mistakes that La Rochelle are making. It's not a problem for Bayonne if they stay ahead and they win this. Got to get it right. Off the back goes the big man, Rodrigue Bruni. Former Brive, former Van player. Another Argentinian. Rouet's kick, that's gone out of play. Just it takes time to get back from injury and try and well, there's Yaya West. Piquet comes on to replace Lavaux. Strong Van connection on the pitch today. Nicely done. That's a good line, that is. Samos inside pass, Haddad picks it up, through traffic he goes.
Avantage.
We got the advantage, more players just slowed down. West out to Brice Dulin. Oh, this is not going anywhere, so, but that's one for the fans, but there's advantage for La Rochelle. Well, they're going to go for points here. They probably have a chance to knock 5 penalties ahead to make it 13-15, but they've taken no points so far. 3 points. Nope, they go for the corner. Once again, they believe in what they're trying to do here, and let's see exactly if they can sort it out. Lesbioc. Another botched line out. When will they turn things around? Oh, there's an impediment. They've impeded the line out corridor, it looks like. Getting tangled up. I think it came from the linesman on that occasion. Yeah, he's offside position. In fact, it was touched by a Bayonne player, and the other player was in front. Here he is, Lucas Zamora. There's the tap. This is going to go. There's something interesting. What are they doing? There it is. Back to the Zamora. Zamora goes himself, running into the biggest boys on the pitch. Still goes again. Puts the ball on the ground. Tatafu can't get his hands on that. Not allowed to touch it either. Slavi's the player. Does he go around himself? Big question. And the answer to that is yes. Can La Rochelle find themselves the path over the try line? They've got an offside, too many bodies here. Bayonne players on the wrong side. And another penalty, and it might be a yellow card.
On est sur une succession de fautes. Ici, c'est le plaqueur qui sort pas. Et ensuite, il y a un autre joueur qui gratte le ballon alors qu'il est au sol. Mais dans un premier temps, c'est le plaqueur qui sort pas, d'accord? Passez un mot, plus de fautes.
Tackler doesn't get out of there. Some illegal jackling attempt. Craig Aldred. Lesbioc. Tap it and go. Lesbioc. 8 penalties conceded each. Picks it up, charging into the traffic, trying to find his way over the try line. Got to release all of the players on the try line to defend their cause. Has it gone over? No, it hasn't. Still held up. Less than a meter away. Big boys getting involved. La Rochelle. Pick and go. Zamora goes out. This is an opportunity. Oh, it's been picked up. That's been picked up. Brice Dulin. He's being isolated. They need a bit of support here. Otherwise, it's going to be Bayonne who pick up the pieces. He gets at the back. He takes it. He goes himself. He goes himself as he grounded it. He's been held up, I think. And there's no penalty. Advantage, nothing. And the Bayonne supporters with 20 minutes to go here at Jean Daugé. They believe that whatever they do defensively will work, because La Rochelle just not making the right decisions, just not getting the flow that they're looking for. Lopez. Brice Dulin. Aldred. Oosh. Tavita. Tatafu is the player he bounces off. Zamora, that's nicely done. Look at Hastoy. Hastoy, a little bit high there on Hastoy. Zamora gets the ball out. Piquet, good fast hands. This is Brice Dulin. Brice Dulin gets flung down to the ground there by Higgy. Still keeping the ball alive, nicely done. Haddad picks it up, needs a bit of support, otherwise Tatafu will be there and he'll pick up. Is Aldred, still another offside position, an illegal position there, and I wonder if Mr. Luke Ramos will, well, pick out a yellow card. Can Carrier just charging in, good angled run from him. Zamora this time, that's the pass into the hands of Haddad. Haddad goes weaving into... Well, it's a stolen ball. Well, go back to the advantage here. Hand in the pocket. Yes, I thought it was going to be. And Rodrigue Brunig is the player who goes off, as you can see, the Argentinian. And an opportunity for La Rochelle to at least do something for the next 10 minutes. Do they go for 3 points from here? Of course they don't. They go for the corner once again. 2 converted tries, they're ahead. Now, another change. Yuan Tanga comes on for Suteni. Interesting. Suteni replaced by a back row forward. This time the line out works. Oh, it's been dropped. It's been dropped. How on earth? Well, some things they just don't. Sometimes it just does. Nothing works. Yuan Tanga being used in a kind of Levani Bottia kind of play. I just couldn't take the ball at the back, and I mean, how much more frustration? This is really, it must be very disappointing for anybody who's connected to the La Rochelle team, because this, crikey, it's an awful situation. Peter Schultz comes on for Tatafu, star of the first half. Wants that reset, I think, Monsieur Ramos.
Il n'y a pas de stabilité, d'accord? On essaye de régler ça de ce côté, on attend que le ballon soit introduit et on stabilise.
Discipline.
Ouais, ajuster. Ouais, ok. On tient l'impact et on se maîtrise. En position. Flexion. Lié.
Another scrum. This time, could work off the back there from Baptiste Guy. Tackle from Tanga.
Question.
Guillaume Rouet doesn't need Schultz. He'll want to try and clear that. Sends it into touch. Still inside of their own half. Well, there's one thing that I'd like to mention. It's a very sad week at La Rochelle. A 12-year-old youngster who actually plays at La Rochelle knocked over by a truck as he cycled to training last Wednesday. And so our thoughts are with him and his family, of course, and the club. That's why all of the players are wearing black armbands today. There'll be a special homage for their clash next weekend when they for the clash against Oyonnax. Zamora gets the ball out. There's Lespiak. West. Can he get the ball out and keep it alive? It's been picked up by Lespiak. The momentum keeps them going. The hands are on the ball. That's a penalty. Great work at the breakdown there from a man who knows La Rochelle very well, because he spent 5 seasons there. Remy Bordeaux. 91 matches at Marcel de Flandre, and around France playing in the black shirt of Stade Rochelle. And that was a very important jackal in his first season playing for La Rochelle. Lopez sends it into the stands, and a very rare moment where Bayonne are actually playing in their opponent's half.
60%. La carte jaune, 60%. Il y a Camille.
Arthur Touria.
Ah.
And the line-outs, what on earth has happened in today's encounter regarding line-outs? It's been shambolic.
Allez, en position. Oui, je vous attends.
Let's go, Sergio. Let's go. So good. Sandro, straight. Go. Sandro, straight.
Right then, a scrum. It's going to be clean. Well, let's see.
Lié.
Lucas Zamora feeds it into the set piece. Surely going to be a penalty there. Penalty for, it's been taken quickly. Zamora, well, very quickly, maybe too quickly. He was ready to fly away. Sometimes you just make sure you're in the right position to make contact with the ball as you move forward and get it moving. Now it's Hastoy who's been given the chance to slam it up into the Bayonne half. It goes up towards the 22. Because, yeah, they've just angled in a big way. Just look at the position of Swan Cormenier, the replacement loose head, angling in and causing all sorts of issues. Delane does well. Zamora gets it out there. There's Hastoy. West. This is opening up quite nicely. He tries to straightens up, sees that everybody's going out wide. Zamora does well. It's been picked up. Aldred. Tanga goes over. Yes, there's the try. Finally, they get 5 points. And a swift move results in the replacement. Johan Tanga crashing over. Great support play. And a fine finish. West is the man who just accelerated, but because he just stopped, players weren't there in that position, and then afterwards it enabled the cavalry to arrive. There's Aldrit with that short pass, and Tanga, you won't stop him from that range. And a brilliant score, and finally, the first points with 12 minutes to go on the scoreboard for La Rochelle. And Hastoy unable to kick the extras. And Tanga coming on. Well, there it is. Great score. Cancorier, sorry, is the try scorer. And Judicael Cancorier.
Conserve le rythme, capitaine. Reprise du jeu.
11 minutes to go. Got super excited about Johan Tanga coming on, and of course he's not the try scorer, it's Judicael Cancorier. And just over 10 minutes to go. And La Rochelle with something positive that they can try and build on.
Oh, ils sont un de plus! Un de plus! Un de plus!
Tom Akie gets the ball out. Oh, it's Baget. Can't get his little chip through. That could have resulted in something quite dangerous down the blind side. They still have the line out. And the kick from Hastoy could have been a kick that would give them a better chance of winning this game if they got a try and a conversion. They would have been ahead by 1. Piquet's in a good position. He's able to do that, and he's not going to allow that to come out. Oh, there's a spillage there. Now he's being manhandled. It's problematic. That's great work. And Piquet get his hands on the ball, but it's Bayonne who still hold on to possession. And Schultz just having a little bit of a tussle. Oh, look at the work at the breakdown. And La Rochelle now getting some important possession. And Joel Sclavi doing some really good work at the breakdown. With Remy Bordeaux coming up against his former teammates. Penalties conceded 13-9. And Hastoy sends it up into enemy territory once again. So it's good work from Remy Piquet to get himself into that really dangerous position, but this is the moment. Aldrit was there first, he came off his feet, then afterwards you saw the Argentine loose head Sclavi. Lesbjerg.
Reprise du jeu.
Line out. Success has been better. Well, that's a went backwards. They were a little bit lucky there. Watch out for the inside pass. Dylan Leds was read perfectly there by Akie. Haddad tries to sneak through the Bayonne defence. Ball chucked out. It's a wild pass, but they're coming in off. They're offside. Taken quickly here. This is Tanga. This is Tanga. Can he go all the way? Well, he's being supported there. Zamora gets the ball out. This is surely going to be a try. And there's Aldrit in the corner, unchallenged. Try number 2 in the space of a few minutes. And it's 13-10. La Rochelle clamber back. Well, and Tanga does really well. Quick tap penalty. He's held up by Baget. And then look at this from Lucas Zamora. Excellent pass over the chop into the hands of Aldrit, the captain. And over he goes. Game on. Bayonne they haven't lost here in nearly 800 days. Hastoy brings it around. There we are. It's a 1-point game with 7 minutes remaining. 13-12. It's brilliant from that man, Tanga. Originally from Bondy, where Kylian Mbappe comes from. French international footballer. Former Racing man, just like numerous players on the pitch here. Long ball taken by the try scorer Aldrit. Lavo comes back on for Delane. Brice Dulin with the clearance kick, and it's a thumper of a clearance. And finally, you can see that things have turned around. George-Henri Colombe watches on. The pressure now is on Bayonne. Although they still have a 1-point lead, they're back to 15 because they've got Bruni back on the pitch.
Si le jeu volontairement une fois de plus, ce sera un coup de pied franc, d'accord? Pour perte de temps. Là, il faut revenir plus rapidement dans l'alignement, s'il vous plaît.
If you time waste, then it'll be a free kick for your opponents. Don't waste time. Some of these privateers have travelled south here to Bayonne. Taken forward by Bruni. Lopez hits one high. Doulan takes it perfectly. Wants to get his knees on the ground and make that safe. Sclavi with a charge. West is behind them. Let's see what Zamora's going to do here. Kicks it high. Don't think that was a good idea. Tibergen doesn't make the mark. But he does kick the ball out. And I think the pressure is definitely on Bayonne. They've sorted out their line-outs to a certain extent with Lesbiuk there. And 2 quick tries. And we got a change in the front row because we've got Louis Ponverne who's come back on for Quintelia. Can play on both sides in the scrum, of course. There's the charge coming through from Aldrich. Zamora. That's a good line that is from Tanga. Tanga's been impressive since he came on. Murray told to get his hands off that. Favre replaces Cancorier. Well, that's a kick into the corner. Oh my word, that is fantastic. And the pressure is now on Bayonne down in the corner. It's a little switch of sides, and he saw that that was a good option. They're putting pressure on this line out now. And it's Bayonne who have possession because it wasn't a 50-22, but still. 4 minutes to go. And Rochelle lost 5 lineouts, which is not great. Oh, that was nearly one, wasn't it? The hand nearly got in the way, Higgy. Don't want to give away a penalty here. La Rochelle, it's up to Bayonne to keep possession. Oh, Rouet's under pressure here. And there's a good chance for them to try and jackal the ball. Leds can't get his hands on it. Oh, there's a block, there's a penalty. Well, this could be the penalty that offers La Rochelle victory here. And to end the long-running success of 793 days without losing here. Look at the block. You're in offside position. You're just getting in the way. You can't do that. And you could see that Louis Ponverne coming through. And Peter Schultz blocking the player and stopping him from getting the tackle in. And Hastoy still got a couple of minutes remaining, of course, with a chance to nudge La Rochelle ahead for the very first time. Oh, it's come off the post. He's not managed to nail it. It's been picked up and, well, they go again. They survive. Carreras. Well, this is something that only happens in the Basque Country. 2 minutes remaining. They'll want to kick that out. And Lopez kicks it straight downfield. It's Brice Doulan this time. Little chip over the top. He's going to pick that up. He does pick it up. He's under a little bit of pressure. Needs a bit of support. Zamora, they go blindside this time. Tanga, Hastoy, chucked out wide. The dangerous Jack Noel, without anything happening down that side, gets stopped completely. Here is Tanga. The Jackalers come in, trying to get their hands on the ball. Zamora. Hastoy goes deep, Brice Doulan. Is he going to kick it? I don't know why he's trying to kick it. No, there weren't many options there. And Haddad driven back. Oh, Greg Aldred, how strong is he? They got just over a minute to go. Watch out for the Jackalers. Well, he's told to get his hands out of there. A minute to go, 1 point separating Bayonne La Rochelle. West. That's a good pass out to Fav. Fav, Jack Noel, you want to stay in play. Zamora, Hastoy, Greg Aldred. There's a player in offside position. It's a penalty, and it's a penalty for Bayonne. And that should be enough to protect the fortress. 20 seconds remaining, and all they need to do is keep possession. And, well, he had the chance, Antoine Hastoy, to offer La Rochelle victory and bring an end to the unbeaten run of nearly 800 days here at Jean Daugé. And there it is, it's all done and dusted. The ball goes out of play. Bayonne protects their unbeaten run, and La Rochelle throw away an incredibly kind opportunity to try and get a win here in Bayonne. The first this season. It doesn't happen. So many good scoring opportunities for La Rochelle, and a final penalty that just came off the post. The final score, Bayonne 13,